Do you think, Mr. Folorunsho, do you think this will remotely, is it going to address the problems of illicit financial inflows? As we did hear, some reports have alleged that Nigeria has the highest financial inflows out of Africa.
Inflows and basically outflows. The essence of the program is to allow those who have in the past, evaded tax by acquiring assets with funds that have not been taxed to regularize their tax status. The Minister of Finance and, of course, the ministry, they're working with some other countries, okay, who have arrangement in place for information exchange, okay, such that all Nigerians residents in Nigeria or outside Nigeria that have properties that have been acquired with funds that have not been taxed, okay, are now being traced. And of course, they are one of the people that have been appealed to, as far as this scheme is concerned, to voluntarily declare, any income that has suffered tax is most likely going to be a genuine income. And so if you are able to declare your income and you pay tax on it, you'll be proud to say that this is really my income. And so it's definitely going to reduce illicit flow of funds out of the country, as those funds that are being invested will be those that have actually suffered tax. And of course, the opportunity is being limited by the arrangement, arrangement between countries. VAT is critical now because we have several other countries that are also implementing the same program.
Because other countries are doing it, we have to do it. But you do know that Nigeria is in a recession now. How do we respond to that against having the VAT at this time? That is the main concern.
In a recession, the economy needs funds. You cannot say because of recession, people should not pay tax. It is only from tax that you generate revenue. And of course, we know that the steady flow of revenue from oil is no longer steady, and the prices are no longer stable. The only stable and ready and stable source of fund is from tax. The more you pay your taxes, more funds are available for government to invest, to also create employment, and of course, gradually we come out of recession. But without paying tax, the recession will drag on, and that is why it is very important at this time that the government has introduced VAT so that people can pay their taxes.
Zaka, what do you think about the perception of an eroded confidence in the tax system in Nigeria? Because people will do anything with this VAT agenda that you have now. People will do anything to try to not pay their taxes because they say, you've taxed us enough already. You have all sorts of taxes, as a matter of fact, in some cases, double taxation, they say. How is this going to work, do you think?
All that we need is for the government to show responsibility and to show genuine commitment. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. Show us that you are willing to reduce the rising cost of energy as citizens. And we will show you also that as a government that if the cost of energy goes down and we are able to generate good profit, we're going to pay taxes. Show us that the roads are going to be more tolerable, like the foodstuff you're talking about, so that by the time we get to the respective markets, perishable goods will not become a waste. Once we generate something, we will be able. Show us that you value the vulcanizer, you value the Okada rider, and you can be able to protect them. Show us that the hospitals will work. And why will we generate revenues? Or how will I have my own income and I will go to somewhere spending it on private consulting if I know the hospital is there? All we want is responsible government and responsible citizens and responsible taxpayers.
This VAT scheme, I suppose that because the government is pushing this through, it should also percolate to the state governments. How would it work at the state government level?
Okay, VAT, as like I explained, is both for states and for federal government, both for taxes payable by individuals and taxes payable by companies. Most individuals pay tax to the state where they are resident. And so the arrangement is that the states are also involved. Okay, it is not only the federal government program, the states are involved. MOU is being signed to be able to have a working arrangement such that if you are resident in a particular state and you come under VAT, the taxes payable by you goes to the state where you are resident. And if you are a company, you come under VAT, the taxes payable by you goes to the Federal Inland Revenue Service. So it is not a new tax law per se. It is just an arrangement to encourage tax evaders, those who have not been paying their taxes correctly, to pay the tax as at when due. And of course, it has to do with previous year's taxes. And like I said, the taxes, the state, the Joint Tax Board is also part of the scheme, the Federal Inland Revenue Service and the State Internal Revenue Service. So there is no, all the states are going to benefit from it, because any person resident in a particular state is expected to pay the tax to that particular state, even though it's been, midwife by the Ministry of Finance.
If you say so, what we currently have, what is the status quo now, is the payee arrangement that you have, where you have a deduction from source.
Yeah.
Do you think the people who have extra sources of income, for instance, will willingly come out and declare their assets?
Like I said, any income you pay tax on is a genuine income. The focus of this is basically those who are not under the payee scheme. The payee scheme constitutes those who are more or less 94% of tax compliance in Nigeria.
Okay, that's a good place to put a hold on it. We're looking at the VAT scheme and taxation. Is the focus on State of the Nation at this time? We'll take a breather, and when we return, we'll have more after these messages. Stay with us.